tatlong free throw siya.
Oo nga pala,
sabihin natin, parang nakaw yun eh, di ba?
Pinaul siya ni Bonacier now when they had to give up the foul. Alaska establishing a lead of as much as 18. That is now part of ancient history. God, daredevil drive that threw off the defense.
So the Vans actually getting a lot of rest here in the second quarter, and during that rest, that's when Talking Tex made that run. So as you can see, most of the guys that gave Alaska that lead are back on the floor.
Double team now on Alapag. That's a 5-second violation.
The referee got to do something about that. The referee's got to do something about that.
Talagang sa galit ni Alapag, ano? Pinapunan niya ng isa si defense. Ito, tingnan natin, ha? There's a triple team, actually.
But Jimmy right here, he's in trouble. Probably had to call a timeout already. Actually, right there, he said timeout. But it wasn't awarded to him. And right here, right in front of the referee's got to do something about that right away. You can't allow these things to escalate, given the fact that we already had some problems during the flagrant foul earlier
of Marquis.
Yeah, so when you see things like this happening right in front of you, you've got to take control earlier.
Kung sa poker ito, all-in ang players, both sides dito, with what's at stake, ano?
I think what referees have to remember is that these players definitely want to win, are very emotional, and the last thing that you want to do is to not allow them to finish a game. So you have to control it early, especially when emotions already have run high.
Yeah, I agree. 1:52 to go, and Alaska just trying to preserve this lead they established. They're hoping that it will spill over into the second half. There's Simpson, who has made basketball look very easy in this game.
But nothing Sean Daniels could do right there.
Ito pa, ayaw pang tumigil ito mga ito.
That's Ranidel de Ocampo coming down the court. Ranidel de Ocampo actually, when you look at it, was lucky that he got away with a foul early in the game that could have been called a flagrant foul. So,
yung kay Cyrus Baguio.
Yung kay Cyrus Baguio. And ito yung sinasabi natin kanina. It seems that players still very emotional. Hindi pa naglalamig. This happens way after this free throw. So
this basket will go. Ito na. Let's see if we follow.
Right there, down the court. Well, actually,
nagkasimplihan na ata eh.
Nagkasimplihan, pero hindi natin masyado makita, no?
Yes.
We see that again, that part.
The bank seems to be, let's listen. Randy Del Campo. I think it's flagrant one as well.
And this is probably, I like what the referees are doing right now, but this is probably what they should have done after the first one, after what happened to Marquis. But of course, never too late. You know right now that these two teams, they're serious. They're serious about it.
Look at that's why the captains are there. Galiaso and Alapag.
Well, the referee's got to take control of this one. A lot at stake, obviously. Talking Tex wants to get back into the finals. Alaska as well. As we look at it right here, right there, you see that right hand with a little swing coming across.
Begin to understand what it's like to be the pressure cooker. All of us. And both coaches are thinking, let's not blink here. because the team that gets sucked into the emotion of this will be out of control here.
Well, definitely. You can't allow your emotions to get the better of you, especially in a game like this.
And a lot of extracurricular activity is happening.
I think this one, referees, rather the coaches understand this, that referees are going to try to tighten it up a little bit just to make sure that it doesn't get out of hand. Pero kasabi mo nga kanina, mukhang suki ito si
Devans.
Si Devans.
Alam mo si Devans, mapagbiro ito eh. Marami rin sinasabi ko minsan to. Siguro yung kay Alapag kanina, may sinasabi pa siya that nainis din si Jimmy.
I think Jimmy got upset because even after the whistle, Joe Devans was still trying to get the basketball. And you know that when Jimmy gets in the zone, which he is in right now, in terms of shooting the basketball, mahirap rin yung ginaganon ka ng kabilang kapo.
And Alapag has had a hot hand as Tenorio watches him closely. Alapag likes that spot. That's his territory. He has already a 20-point game.
20 points in one half.
He had 25 in the second half alone of game number 2.
When he single-handedly almost brought them back.
Devans. Cardona uncontested for that rebound. We're down to 40 seconds. Alapag trapped. Daniels on the ground. So much emotion, and the Alaska faithful made up of, I think, some wives of the players. They're in red here today. Everything hanging out here in terms of passion.
Yun. Okay na yung tayo eh. Nag-sample pa yung tayo.
There's Sean Daniels. Down to 25. There are two things that Markey will have to do probably here. He'll have to change his outlook or change his uniform.
Right. Kanina si Larry po na-share pala. But there, Markey really didn't have any place to go. That offense right there, Celtics, not what we've seen in the second half, where we've seen them really move the ball around.
Tenorio thinking last team. De La Cruz thinking that as well, and that'll do it for this first half. And they'll probably need security, and the big guys in yellow will step in so that one team will go out first. Temper here, and they've got to manage it as well. If Patricia is ready, she's got a special guest. She's got a cyclone with her, Cyrus Baguio.
Well, you know, Cyrus Baguio hasn't really been performing as well as he wanted to in the past 2 games dahil nga meron siyang right shoulder injury, hence the kinesio tape right here. Sabi mo nga, napalakas mo na yung injury, and from coming out with 6 points and then 7 points, here at the half, meron ka na kagad na 9. Obviously, that injury is no longer there. Tsaka yung mental aspect, ano?
Kasi yun nga, do or die na to na game eh. So, bibigay ko na lahat. Then yung injury ko, buti hindi na siya sumasakit. So, parang komportable na ako siya tumira sa labas.
So yung mga kailangang ipakita dito ng Alaska Aces, and both teams actually yung keeping their emotions in check. Can you comment on how you guys can manage to do that? Tsaka kung paano talaga kahirap pag ganito yung klaseng laro eh?
Well, parang playoffs basketball na kasi, parang gagawin nila lahat. Makasakit sila para, Cywar. Parang part of the game naman yun eh.
Alright, well, good luck with the Cywar. Thanks a lot, Cyrus Baguio. We'll be back for more of your PBA action. Welcome back to the Big Dome for Game 6 of the semifinals. The first half truly sizzled. Alaska is on top, 54-43. I'm Patricia Ramirez. He's on right here at courtside for Solar TV. You know, it's been such an emotional game, and we all saw that people could have just blown their top. Now, Joe Devance is one of them. He could have easily lost it, but I saw Jeff Carriazo actually went up to him as a team captain, as a teammate, and as a friend, and just told him to just play smart. And that's what you get from a Jeff Carriazo. He truly is a class act.
Jeffrey Carriazo, also known as the Jet. He was one of the pieces that completed the puzzle that led to Alaska's domination of the 90s in the PBA. Carriazo was only the 6th overall pick in a 1995 draft. The Jet was a vital cog in Alaska's making it to 3 straight finals in only his rookie year. A year older and wiser in 1996, Carriazo continued to play second fiddle behind the likes of Johnny Abarientos, Jojo Lastimosa, and Bong Hawkins. But he didn't mind and did his share in Alaska's winning the Grand Slam that season.
Hindi ko makakalimutan nung yung dalawang free throws na nagpanalo sa amin ng All-Filipino noong 1996. Sort of validated him as a true superstar.
Becoming only the 3rd franchise in league history to accomplish the feat. After 7 seasons of playing for other teams, Carriazo returned to Alaska in late 2004, and 3 years later helped the Aces win the 2007 Fiesta Conference with his usual hard work and contributions on the hard court. Not to mention his experience and leadership.
He's our leader. He always has been, and we take off through him.
And he, more than anybody, was more responsible for getting us straightened out and getting us into that 2007 championship and being where we are today.
At the end of this conference, after close to 700 games and more than 21,000 minutes in his career, Carriazo is hanging up his jersey. Alaska in the PBA will be losing one of the most professional and hard-working players the franchise and the league has ever had. Every team he played for, he gave it his all, especially in both ends. Fact is, he is the only player in PBA history to have played with 4 different teams and make it to the mythical team and all-defensive team while playing for each of those teams.
I see later on in life, I really think he'll be very successful. As a matter of fact, I told him, hey Jeff, you want to come back and help the team later on as assistant, or maybe you might even coach in the PBA. I see a lot of leadership values in Jeff, and he's going to make any team better, really.
It is but only proper that Carriazo is ending his PBA career with the very same team he started 15 years ago. A player, teammate, and friend like no other at Alaska and in the league in general. The Jet is in its final flight, and we can only be grateful for the many rides. To Jeffrey Carriazo, thank you for the memories.
You know, Jeff, it's really hard to believe after all these years that you'll be retiring as a professional basketball player, and we want to do you the honor of retiring your jersey that no other player will wear your number again on the Alaska Aces. I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for our team, and we wish you all the very best you're going to have a great career after basketball because you're a great human being.
And we also call in on center court, the Jet, Jeffrey Caliaso.
We're proud of the last organization to be the first to retire jerseys, and yours will be only the fourth.